for our interactive session here on Zoom. Seeing a lot of your lovely faces. I know many of you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, my family's here. Hello, Callie. Good
Hello,
morning.
neighbor. She's on a different floor somewhere. We're in Vegas. Vince says hello.
Yeah. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Fundamentals of Awakening. Today, we have a special discussion and practice planned on the theme Silence and Presence as key steps in our alignment practices leading to our foundations course starting in April. We're excited to explore silence and presence in the context of practical application. So there's nobody better to explore anything expansion of consciousness related than our very own George. So George is with us. George has been committed to his spiritual path for over 20 years now, very similar to Asil. He's trained in a variety of energy and holistic modalities in well-being, healing, yoga, meditation, spiritual guidance, and metaphysics. He's also a scholar with extensive knowledge in the fields of quantum physics, nutrition, and information technology. And he has a unique passion for exploring open to channel higher consciousness and attaining self-realization state. So we are in for a treat. He's a precious part of our team. So thank you. And we'll be spending the next hour with him talking about and practicing silence and presence, which you'll be able to take with you after our time is up. It's one of the things that I love about anything that George does is that it is practical and applicable and transferable. So thank you for being with us, George.
Much love to you, dear Crystal, to everyone attending. Thank you for having me in this opportunity to be with you, to work together into our highest passion, realizing ourselves, developing and expanding our step of evolution for our humanity collective consciousness evolution. It was a very nice intro. Thank you, Crystal. I loved it when I heard it. It sounded mouthful, I know. I'll figure out a little bit about those big terms and let's enter into utilizing the time that we have. We have 1 hour. We do our best to discuss, share, receive some question from you, some sharing, some understanding, perspectives, and also practicing. I will introduce a little bit about the concept silence and presence alignment, and also about the whole journey of self-realization, as you are definitely interested in this journey. That's why you are here. And then we practice together, and then we have some sharing and even further question. Of course, if you're enjoying, then we would love to see you in the courses so we can really work together even more during all your journey of self-realization, all your journey of evolution. Beautiful. Greeting everyone. Let's take 1 minute from this precious 1 hour just to center, feel the participant here. Just feel into this space. I want to remind you that the people that they are here, they are like you. They have this eagerness to explore. They have this curiosity that always in them, this inner calling. I want to know more of myself. I want to know how I can develop this consciousness. How can I further go in this evolution? Even though that we are unique in our perspective toward that direction, what does mean spiritual development to each person? What does mean consciousness evolution to each person? Or some of you maybe, how can I utilize this knowledge, this power, this connection to align my life, to align myself, to share it with the people that I love? All of them are a unique way of approaching the same direction. However, we are all on the same direction. We are all united in this way, in this session, toward that direction. So let's acknowledge you finding the time, coming here, joining this session, and everyone who's on this session, who's joining, uniting in this direction together, so we can create in this 1 hour the highest potential alignment available to us. Let's start with very gentle appreciation for you being here and for everyone joining in this unification. You could look at the ties of the screens. If you are watching on the social media, you could visualize that you are joining everyone in a space. So you're creating a unified space for this session. And feel how everyone yearning of this discovery empower each one of us. If you've been with us in Ascension 1 transmissions, you have heard the guides many times saying about collective consciousness. And you, as consciousness, part of the collective consciousness, part of humanity, whatever is your goal, whatever your aim for this evolution of yours, will empower collective consciousness. It will empower you and immediately share it back to the collective consciousness evolution. One more time, take a deep breath. And deep gratitude for this session, for you being here, to everyone, putting the effort, being present with us, for this unified effort, presence of all of you, for our spiritual evolution, consciousness evolution, and what the guides, and you have heard it, self-realization journey. From bottom of my heart, thank you all for being here. All right, that feels nice, right? All right, this topic about silence, presence, alignment is one of the foundation that we establish on this journey of self-realization. And all those preparation calls of today and the transmission before, and there is more calls, is preparation for the foundation course, where we are inviting you to join us and really work with us and with whoever supporting us, of a humanity, supporting us from many levels to this evolution. And beyond the foundation course, there is more and more, but we need to build the foundation. Now, if you are coming from many tradition and schools of spirituality also, you would know that there is certain foundation you need to establish in order to set your direction toward your evolution, toward your self-realization journey. Sometimes those words are big, I understand. I'm going to gently together make them simplified and make them easy to digest and practically apply them. All right, so I would start first with a quote from the guides. If you have attended transmission with us a couple of times, you've seen the guides. They always refer to this presence, alignment, consciousness, silence. And they describe it and describe it. And while it might sound simple steps of silence and presence, okay, it's really, really complex and it requires a lot of training and practice to master, especially in our time. Right now, we have a lot of busy schedule everywhere. The environment around us is always full. Everyone's life is full, right? That will make it way more harder for us to find this space to establish those foundations for our spiritual evolution. Nothing wrong in that, because that will make us even more stronger, but then we need more support and more discipline to really know the most simplify and most powerful way so we can establish this foundation, so we can continue this growth together. I'll read this small word of wisdom from the channel, from Emmanuel, basically, so we can dive into this topic together. The state of being of presence, being present even with the destruction of your reality, being present even with the emotion that emerge, the thoughts that emerge, a greater sense of awareness that you hold will make this level of presence available to you. Notice that they're describing this presence as a state that can become deeper and deeper and that carry more levels. And while there is a distraction, you can hold greater sense of awareness and greater level of presence. I'll continue. Greater awareness beyond the awareness of the mind, the awareness of the heart, the awareness of the body, an energetic spiritual construct. Now there is some introduction for some terms. In the course you will know them. This is a little bit of maybe teasing for you so you can get excited to come to the course. But in general, in simplified way, is what we know of the mind, what we have learned in the school or society, what we know about the heart and the emotional spectrum. They are talking about something even deeper and more profound than those level of awareness. I will continue. Awareness of the body. Awareness of the body may be the most known things to us because we really operate with the body all the time. But there is deeper level of awareness in the body too that lead us to this greater awareness of all the totality of our being. And the last part, the awareness of the energetic spiritual construct. Really mouthful word. Energetic spiritual construct. In the course, we have a couple of illustrations to help you visualize those concepts. An energetic aspect and also spiritual aspect that they are combined together, integrated together in a construct with your body, with your emotions, emotional spectrum and your heart, with your physical body and mind. All this, what creates what you know about you as a human being vessel. And the more you know this, and the guides always find a very simplified way to see them, not complex. However, even if simplified, there is a depth of level of understanding those level and finding alignment into them. The guides continue. Holding this greater awareness will allow for you to function, to operate, to interact, and to be in action and still carry full potential of evolution and of realization. They are suggesting, and of course, the more you practice, you will find it yourself, that there is a greater level of potential, greater level of you knowing the totality of yourself from that state of greater awareness, presence that they are talking about. And these are the foundation for your spiritual evolution. Why? Because before learning any techniques or method, you need to really start on clean page, let's say, and really start with yourself. And then from that foundation, you can start continuing developing your spiritual evolution or consciousness evolution or self-realization while holding always those fundamental aspect, foundation aspect. And those what the channel talk about, silence and presence. silence in many traditions is always known, and we're talking here about more of the inner silence. That's very important to calm the noise and help you actually to reach to that level of presence. And I'll talk about presence in a bit. It's also a big word. I'll give you a couple of analogy, couple of approaches so you can feel it easy, and then we can open up to question and answer. Silence in that state is finding just a moment while you're practicing or during the day to calm the body, calm the heart, calm the mind, finding a sense of silence, inner silence in that sense in you, because that will help you to see the true self without the distraction, without the noises that is occurring all the time. And the noises can be many things, from internal need and urge of doing instead of being, to the noise of the thought, to the noise or distraction of the emotion taking over. All these can be very beautiful experience. However, at the beginning, you need to find that level of inner silence so you can start fresh, knowing yourself. Otherwise, you are in a loop with whatever's going on those noises and activity. That's why silence at the beginning is always the foundation to enter. I'll talk about a little bit how it can help you in the presence too. I'll practice it together. Now, presence, after you have established silence, and that can help you in presence and self-awareness, presence can be also a mouthful. There is many approach humanity knows about the presence is just being in the present moment. Lovely, that's the first step. And then can go more and more, as the guide was mentioning when I was reading. There is many levels of power and potential for those levels of depth of presence that you can achieve. I will give you a small analogy and also approach how you can little bit translate the word presence in your own terms so you become familiar with this word presence that the guy is talking about. If you add a few words to elaborate to yourself this word of deep presence, you could add your awareness of the present moment. And then we know in many traditions how important is that. So, okay, so the word presence can translate to you in one level, the first level, I would say, being aware of the present moment. Here, immediately, you need a bit of inner silence to be aware of the present moment, right? You see where I'm going? Now, we know that establishing silence at the beginning will be a key for coming and being aware of the present moment. And why you want to be aware of present moment? Because that awareness now can help you to see yourself, to see who is the true you without the noise or beyond the noise. As the guys was mentioning, beyond the awareness of the mind, beyond the awareness of the heart, beyond the awareness of the body, and all those potential. And now you can establish and start discovering the potential of who you are. Now this can go deeper and even, I would say, deeper and wider. While it's complex, but it's true. You can go deeper in the presence, but wider in the expansion of knowing yourself, who you are. After you have started the awareness of the present moment, and now you have started the silence and awareness of the present moment, and now the noise calmed down a little bit. Now you are aware of the present moment, so you are being here and now in this very moment. Now you are more aware of yourself here with the minimum noise. After that, you can start explore more of this awareness in this present moment. Sort of self-awareness here and now, not only about time, present moment, about now and here. Who is the self who's aware? And what kind of level this awareness in this present moment can establish in you. You can add to it word that you know about, the presence of your true self, of your true potential essence. We can use another word that familiar in many traditions, the presence of your soul. See how we started with silence to calm down, and then we saw that build up foundation to reduce the noises so we know who we are, and then we went into the self-awareness or awareness of the present moment, and that opened up the door for us to inquiry, discover who is this self-aware of this present moment. And now this consciousness, awareness, soul that we know and heard many traditions become open for us as a potential of exploration. There is more to that, but those should be the foundation you establish yourself for you to start your self-realization journey or consciousness evolution journey. Now you have a clear direction. Wherever you go in other direction, the basis for you is you are realizing yourself from this point of inner silence and deep presence. And as if I'm translating self-realization journey to you, if you notice. Are you with me so far? Now, to continue more about the power of this presence and the levels, you could add to it this. We have established the inner silence. Now we are aware of ourself, and this aware of self in the present moments. We are here and now with minimum noise, and this here and now and this awareness lead me to realize my consciousness, my true self, my soul, and what's available through this consciousness, this awareness, this soul to me, if we go deeper, is equivalent to what we have understood as a humanity as divine presence. All the layers that's available to your true self, true essence, consciousness, soul, awareness, whatever you call it, in this presence, it can lead you to realization as if the divine presence here and now in your life or in your being. And that's a journey of exploration. And that's what will take you in this self-realization journey, and how vast that can connect you with life, with dimension, with energy, knowing yourself, knowing your body, knowing anything. Now we have established a foundation starting from silence, inner silence, to awareness of the present moment, to awareness, presence of the true self, to consciousness, awareness, to the potential, infinite potential, I would say, to all aspects of you as divine presence. All these wrapped up with two words, silence and presence. And the deeper you go with this fundamental foundation, you have established yourself on your journey of your spiritual development, on your journey of self-realization. Very complex topic, but I hope that I interest you and also help you to draw a picture of why it's important to start building and practicing this inner silence and start exploring this presence that we're talking about from the present moment into the whole potential of what does mean presence, to all power of this divine presence that's available to you in the present moment. But take one moment to visualize this to yourself, and then we can open up for your question if you want, so we can sit for the practice. Just take a moment. I will invite you to inquiry in yourself those questions, and you can add whatever question you want. How much noise you have that distract you from finding inner silence? How much distraction, even activity or the urge of activity that we have in our life, that consuming all your energy, all your focus, and you almost don't know yourself, almost have lost your connection to this soul or presence in you. The gentle start of finding this inner silence will establish you to start this presence and bringing your attention from the past, future stories, the noise, in the present moment, discovering your awareness, discovering from that state, well, who is this awareness that's aware of this present moment? This is true self, consciousness. And what that can be, the deeper level of this presence that I'm establishing right now in this very moment. All the potential of your consciousness, all the potential of you become available to you, equivalent to what we know as divine presence in your life. Let's take a moment to visualize these together. Notice if you allow yourself to calm the body, the heart, and the mind, and you enter this inner silence as much as you can. And then start establishing this self-awareness in the present moment and leading that into witnessing yourself as consciousness presence, as your soul presence in this very moment with all the potential of it. There's a sense of calmness or expansion or softness. There is a sense of opening happening to you. Identify that. See, you did not actually recall very intriguing activity. Just merely finding the silence and establishing that presence led you to bring the power of your soul back to you here and now. Can you explore that a bit? One more time, please. Explore, are you able to feel there is a trust in yourself and in this presence and in this divine presence that's establishing with you by just starting this inner silence and diving into the presence? And there is more to that. I'm not going to open up the doors in the course. Divine wisdom, connection, realization, support of an alignment in the physical body, alignment to the emotion, alignment to the mind, alignment to the reality itself. But this all will be after you have established your foundation. All the power, as the guides mentioned, become available to you in that depth of presence in this very moment. But you need to establish the foundation and deepen it, and then the wider you can go in exploring divinity. If you're enjoying it, continue a little bit. I'll give you a little bit of glimpse because the topic is very nice, but can be also very intriguing for the mind. But I want you to experience quickly. We can do another round of practice if you want. I will open up for question and answer and see where you have stuck, where you have inquiry on that, where do you want support, or maybe sharing. You already know this establishment. You already, when you meditate, you find silence and you establish presence. So we can go even further in that exploration. How is it so far for you? This very gentle intro and practice that we've done together. Somehow you felt it. I mean, it's very short, but very doable, very easy to do when it's, to be honest, when you really let yourself drift into it and just relax yourself into it. It's so natural. It's so organic in your being. The self-realization journey, in how big and complex it might sound, correct? It should be, when you look at it from that perspective, from the simplified perspective, it should be natural. It should be organic in you because you are realizing yourself. It requires a lot of effort and it's a journey, but it should be organic. The noise and the distraction and the many level of complexity that we add in our life distract us from seeing that our self-realization journey, our spiritual evolution is natural in our being. And we are returning that back to you with the support of the guide through many transmissions and the energy that's flowing and support that's flowing. You regain your trust in yourself first. You gain your trust in the energy that's flow from what the guides always call love of creation from source. You gain the trust with the many support available to you when you are establish that foundation, inner silence, presence, and later on what we call alignment that you will explore in the course. All right, let's have some share.
George. Yeah, I think maybe there's not a lot. We've got some, the chats are quiet. Maybe should we go deeper into this practice before we activate the mind? I think
Sure.
people were starting to get there. I know I was.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, let's do some practice.
Sure. Basically, I wanted, while I'm exploring and talking about the topic, I felt there is a certain level about the presence that you need to experience it because the mind will not grasp it immediately. So it felt like almost we are practicing. But sometimes this kind of practice requires a couple of rounds. And then the more you relax, the mind relax into it, you find yourself, it's so natural, it's so organic in you. All right, so we have many people, they love to practice more. You ready, everyone? Who's happy with the practice? Who are happy with the topic? It's good? You settled? Your mind is settled? Your heart is settled? You're enjoying? Lovely. I'm checking on you also. All right. What we can add as a small experiment on the same topic, so you can feel the energy and also you can feel the community of Ascension One that we been building together for a while. The moment we establish the inner silence and start this presence from awareness of the present moment into awareness of your consciousness presence and into the potential of divine presence in your life. What's happened, people who've been developing with us on the foundation, many course, their capacity of the presence and capacity of bringing energy increased. And all those details, you'll know them more in the course. But then you start feeling actually what the guy is talking about, the power that become available to you when you are in deep presence. That the experience cannot be described. I was explaining a little bit, but that can be experienced. And now we have an opportunity, all of us, to experience it together. You ready? All right. So first, we'll start with the inner silence. Calm the body as much as you can. Find this sense of inner silence in the body first, and can be translated as stillness. Just don't move. Now establish inner silence in the heart and in your emotional spectrum. Just calm them and sort of center yourself in your heart. Just calm and center. That's it. Simplify it. Super simplify it. Now from there, go to the mind. Calm the mind find this inner silence in the mind, and I can give you a small analogy and tip you can add to the mind, as if you are looking at blue sky that has cloud. Your mind is the blue sky, and the clouds are the thoughts or the noise or whatever you want to call it. And you are just gently breathing, allowing the cloud to pass till you establish clear blue sky as much as you want. You can. Don't force it. Just relax into it. Let's try that one more time. Inner silence in the body. Inner silence in the heart and emotional spectrum. Inner silence in the mind like clear blue sky. As much as you can, keep repeating it even for a few seconds till you are satisfied and comfortable with it. Automatically, you notice when you establish this inner silence, this self-awareness of yours become available in this present moment. You become aware of this present moment. Your attention and focus from the distraction of these noises, future and past, return back into the present moment. And now you have entered the first level. You are self-aware of the present moment here and now. Beautiful. Stay there. Experience it a bit more. While you are keeping the inner silence, experience further. What does it mean to you? How it feels to you being aware of this present moment. And notice, without forcing, just notice, be witness, observe. There is a space open up. There is a trust, calmness, openness start happening in this level of self-awareness of the present moment. And if you really bring all your awareness on this present moment, you will start noticing beyond, as the guys mentioned, beyond the awareness of the mind and the heart and the body, who is aware? This true self, yours. You start knowing yourself on a level beyond the noise, beyond the identity, beyond the time, future and past. You start meeting your consciousness presence or your soul presence in this present moment. Let's explore that a bit further. Meet your true self in this deep sense of presence. If you can deepen that state one more bit further, do that. Just deep presence, deep meeting your true self in this present moment. Automatically, for the people with us in the community who's been developing, their connection expand, the energy start flowing even stronger. And even if you are new with us, the energy will start flow deeper in you, and you can notice it, either sensation, either the crown, either the heart, or just a sense of deep calmness, deep, I would say, presence in the here and now. Stay with that, stay with that. Stay with that and feel it. I will invite you to expand your awareness in this deep presence and witness the opening that's happening to you in this level of deep presence. There is a sense of trust. There is a sense of a liberation. There is a sense of expansion. There is a sense beyond what you know from the activity that is confined with the physical body. Explore that. You are exploring the power of your consciousness, the power that's available to you in your being in this deep state of presence. Please explore that. Feel the energy, feel the flow, feel the support. Even from Mother Earth, you can feel it. Feel the many higher consciousness through your consciousness connected with this love of creation from Source available to you in this powerful, potent, deep presence that you are establishing. And just sit with it. Build up your trust back. Know yourself. Know yourself. You're literally opening doors and steps, first doors and steps of your self-realization and realizing who you truly are. Explore that. And now I'm going to add one more further step. We're going to explore and witness beyond what you know that your individual self. It's new to you, or maybe you have explored it before. No matter how much you explore it, there is always a new level of expansion of your true self, all the way to divine. We're going very gently in this deep state of presence, deepening that state and allowing your awareness to expand as if translated to you your understanding of divine presence here and now. Explore that. Together, 1, 2, and 3. Allow it. The realization that your awareness, consciousness, soul, always and forever connected to divine, become available to you right now, and in this deep presence you can bring all this power, all this connection in this very moment. Explore that. Inhale and exhale. We can continue as long as you want, and you can turn that into a deeper meditation or even more advanced practice building on top of this foundation, but I would complete it with this step. Integrate whatever you have reached. Integrate that level of inner silence, that level of awareness on the present moment, awareness on your true self, awareness of the divine presence available to you. Integrate it in your being. Let go, integrating in the mind, integrating in the heart and emotion as an experience, integrating in the body as a sensation, integrate here and now in your human vessel. Anchor it so it can stay with you whenever you recall it, and you can operate your daily life while holding within you this state of deep presence, awareness, and I would say divine support in your being and in your life. And this will bring you what also the guides talk about: alignment, observation. I would say observation first, realization and alignment in all your being, within and outside. That alignment will establish within you and will reflect outside you in the reality and the people around you. Inhale and exhale, and thank you for practicing together, putting all the effort and the presence and the love and the awareness that you're carrying everyone in one unified group practice. Much love. Thank you. Inhale and exhale, integrate and ground. And now we can open up once you're ready for question and answer or sharing. How was the experience? What you'd like to share? And if you are excited to start this journey with us on the foundation course that's starting soon, I will give the mic to Crystal to share with us how was her experience, how was maybe the silence, presence, alignment, and practice went through her life. And thank you all. It was beautiful practice.
Thank you, George. That's exactly what I was envisioning. Thank you. Yeah, I found that I got into it very easily. I understood that before you were declaring it a practice, you were infusing those moments of practice, because it is more of a natural progression, as you say, right? It's not something that we necessarily hit a timer and start and then hit a timer and stop. Like, I feel aligned, and I've got that sense of silence and presence with me even now, even though I've opened my eyes and discussed. And I think for me, it's really just become a practice. And practice, the more I practice, the easier it is to get into this state. And I think that there's a lot of you that I see on the Zoom call. I don't know who's watching on social media, but I see a lot of you on the Zoom call who have been on this journey with us and can probably attest to the same thing, that it's the practice over and over again that creates a deeper ease in the silence and presence, and greater capability of getting into alignment. I'm sitting here in the middle of Las Vegas, and so keeping my inner alignment is really important, and sometimes a little bit hard, but sitting here with all of you, I'm able to drop in very easily. So I would say that would be my real world application overall of silence and presence, and then what ultimately leads to alignment. Thank you for that. We have Brett asking, how can transmissions assist us in deepening our presence? How does that work from you? How does that work from you from a metaphysical perspective?
Yes, sure. It's a very nice reminder about the utilizing transmission for this kind of development. And that's the whole point, I would say, even beyond practicing the silence and the presence, is to join the foundation because in the foundation there is a container of energy supported by all the core team and all the member who's a summiter and graduate, and by the divine forces supporting us through the guides and many who supporting humanity. What's happened in the transmission in that state? The transmission, for the people who are new, either you have attended one of the transmission with Asil on either social media or any other setting, and you felt while Asil opening the channel and establishing the word of wisdom, there is a flow of energy, there is a depth that can assist you to center and relax, calming the mind. And sometimes if the people knew, you cannot really actually think much. It's like, oh, everything quiet. Or if you have a lot of burden, they will just come up and then you feel like you have to let go of them, and there's certain process take over that assist you so you can start this journey of self-realization and developing your spiritual evolution. So the energy that flows through the transmission is derivative from the same energy that we were talking about, love of creation. While love of creation is available to everyone, in certain moment, in certain depth, is more concentrated and more conducive to support you. If you are completely distracted and you are in completely negative bubble of whatever is, you are basically disconnecting yourself from the flow of love of creation. So when you are in that state of transmission or any deep meditation or in a state of alignment, self-love, connecting to the divine, what you are doing is you're bringing your awareness into presence, so you allow the flow of this love of creation from source, from divine, to flow through you deeper and assist you in those many layers of your being to establish even deeper sense of presence and witness and realization of who you are, this self-realization and all those power of this self-realized consciousness of yours that connected with the universe. So it assists you on those levels. On the physical body, can even support you in the alignment of the physical body, healing as we know it. It assists you on the alignment of the heart. It can clear up, let's say, whatever needed, so you can find a pure sense of calmness in the heart and openness to the love of creation, so that flows deeper in you. It can assist you in the mind and many thought and programs that are running, that distracting you from that realization. And furthermore, which is very important that you need to explore on this journey, is can assist you on your energetic spiritual construct. In other words, in short terms of what could that mean, is big word, I understand. The many layers of energy, life force, many etherical energy, and even what does it mean, consciousness in your being. All those levels combined, complex concept in energetic spiritual construct referred by the guide. This layers, this construct, if it's supported with a deeper level of love of creation and flow of energy, it can empower all your being, can empower all and assist all your effort in that sense of allowing this self-realization journey or consciousness evolution of yours. If you haven't tried the same practice in a transmission, take the same practice and try one of the transmission that's available in all our social media. And just try while you are receiving transmission to find the inner silence, similar to what we've done, and deepen that presence and see how much power and how much observation and realization you can bring, and that will translate also to you, which is something very important for all of us, alignment within, and something very, very important for everyone also, alignment outside to the reality itself, alignment to the reality, what we could call also miracle in your life, because it's aligning with the alignment that you have established in you. And we can explore this more later on, of course.
In the
But
course.
this is in the course, of course.
In the
So
course,
I
of
hope
course.
that I hope that you are excited. I would love to see you there.
George, thank you so much. As you were mentioning, the next natural progression of the work that we're doing here over the next month is enrollment in our Foundations training course that starts at the beginning of April. And Foundations is our first level training course. It guides you to create, as you mentioned, an inner alignment to support your external reality. It's designed to help you explore new fields of human consciousness and deeper relationship with the earth as a conscious being. You heard George mention in the practice connection to the earth. We find that very important, the grounding elements, and really that relationship with you and the earth. So our pre-enrollment window closes March 25th. So we encourage you to pre-enroll for Foundations as soon as possible. What happens is our celestial guides determine if you're a match for April's cohort. And for those of you who have taken Foundations or Base Camp in the past, we extended an invitation to you via email. So that was probably 2 weeks ago. So if you don't have it in your email, feel free to reach out to us at support@ascension.one or find us on the Mighty Networks, the individual Ascension One Collective member, and direct message that member. This April Foundations training course is completely donation-based again, so you don't have to worry about any financial barriers if you perceive them. And you can learn more about the course itself and pre-enroll in a link that is being provided in the chats. Okay. Also, if you feel inspired by this experience, we hope you share it with your friends and family and maybe colleagues, whoever you might feel benefit from it too. These sessions are recorded, so they can be replayed and watched later. So feel free to share and feel free to go back to this recording as well if you want to have that guided meditation through inner silence and presence. It was beautiful, George. Tomorrow, Saturday, March 4th, we have a transmission with the Elohim on the subject of silence and presence. So just as George was discussing, taking this practice, opening up to your own inner silence, your own presence while in a transmission and experiencing the similarities, the difference in the energy. I believe there's an invitation to the session being placed in the chats as well. And yeah, we highly encourage you to pre-enroll in the upcoming Foundations if you're interested in taking that next step with us. It's going to be a combination of transmissions and practices very similar to this one, where we'll practice together in a Zoom call, and then you'll have opportunities to practice in more intimate settings throughout the week. So next Friday, you can also tune into the words of wisdom from the Elohim about becoming a pillar of light as part of our pre-Foundations Fundamentals of Awakening sessions. So we are not shy when it comes to the energy and the words of wisdom that want to come through and be transmitted to you. So we've got tomorrow, we've got next Friday, and the 2 more Fridays after that. So we hope this experience sparked your curiosity and you continue to explore with us. And we look forward to seeing you very soon. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for those of you who are on social media and those of you who joined via Zoom to connect in with this community. It's always really special to see the alchemy of people who show up for these types of things. We create a unique container, energetic container every time. And we love that you're a part of it. So thanks so much, everyone. Thanks again, George. And we'll see you either next Saturday, next Friday, this Saturday, next Friday, next Friday, next Friday. Foundations. We've got lots of opportunities to be together.
Thank you, everyone. It was a beautiful experience also for me. Every time we meet such a soul, such group, eager to continue realization and spiritual evolution, it's a pleasure to everyone.
Yeah.
And we hope that you enjoyed it and benefit, and we hope to see you soon. Much love.
See ya. Bye, everybody.